What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome back to our weekly roundup of what has happened in the Singapore Grand Prix and before it, and possibly a very sad Singapore Grand Prix. But going into before the weekend, we have a lot of livery changes. We've got this McLaren with the white on it to go back to the old McLarens, of course, with the red and the white. We've also got this interesting design from VCarb with jeans and a zipper on their car, which it's very interesting. And then Mercedes, we flipped the silver with the blue and the blue with the silver. So it's actually not bad. It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look bad. FP1 was topped by Lando Norris, though. And then going into FP2, it was topped by Charles Leclerc. These two traded positions on Friday. FP3, though, and that was topped by Lando Norris. And going into Q1, he led once more. However, going out was Joe Bottas, Gasly, Stroll, and Ricciardo. Putting more tension on Ricciardo and possibly him losing his seat by next race, which is 4-week break, by the way. But going into Q2, and that was also topped by Oscar Piastri this time, and going out was Ocon, Magnussen, Perez, Colapinto, and Albon in P11. Going into Q3, though, and it's topped by Lando Norris from Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, Piastri, Hülkenberg, Alonso, Tsunoda, Leclerc, and Sainz. However, Sainz did crash at the start of Q3, spinning off on the start of his fast lap, and Leclerc getting his fast lap time deleted after doing his final lap in Q3. Big crash there, and it led into the Grand Prix, and it was an interesting but very boring race, considering for fight for the lead, if you want to talk about that. We started at 1 o'clock UK time, and the lights went out, and it was a good getaway for the first time ever from Lando Norris on pole position. But in the background, as you can see, if you see Colapinto in the Williams, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars he has sent it down the inside of. Unfortunately, his teammate Albon overheated a component in the Singapore Grand Prix and retired. Norris almost ending his race for the first time here, locking up, going at the second DRS straight, and going on hitting that. Oscar Piastri, though, later in the race had to make a recovery from pitting late on from 33-year-old lap-old mediums. Norris ending his race almost again, hitting the wall that Russell hit, and Magnussen then this time, he did get a puncture for brushing this wall on the outside, as you can see. The podium, though, consisted of Norris, Piastri, and Verstappen, and it was a dominant display by Lando Norris, who wins his third race of the season and putting less points between him and Verstappen at the top. It was a 20-second win from Norris. So when he's in the lead, he absolutely dominates races, and it's crazy because last time in the Netherlands Grand Prix, the Dutch Grand Prix, he led by a lot from Max Verstappen, who finished P2, and he had a massive gap to Oscar Piastri in P3, who beat out Russell there with that overtake I showed you. And looking at the rest of the grid, though, and it was Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Alonso, Hülkenberg, Perez, top 10, then Colapinto, Tsunoda, Ocon, Stroll, Joe, Bottas, Gasly, Ricciardo, Magnussen, and Albon retiring. Talking about Ricciardo, though, and there's a very sad interview with him, because this might be his last race. There's rumours of him being dropped after this race, and he got the fastest lap for 1 minute 34.486, taking away from Lando Norris, meaning the gap between them two is now 52, and this is the gap now between Red Bull and McLaren. But if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.